Shalom, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahushai, double honors unto the apostles of Great Millstone, their rule well, and salutations unto the elect. Alright, quick lesson dealing with the Roman Catholic doctrines, which out of the Roman Catholic Church we know came all these other religions, such as Jehovah's Witness, Mormons, Baptists, Seventh-day Adventists, whatever. Because Roman Catholicism was that first religion, and before that, it was the truth being spread by the disciples and apostles of Yahushai, and then it turned into something else. But this is Colossians 2:8. Beware lest any man spoil you through philosophy and vain deceit, after the tradition of men, after the rudiments of the world, and not after HaMashiach, right, which is the anointed, or Yahushai, so, man, there's hundreds of millions, if not billions, of people spoiled through the Roman Catholic Church, and I'm going to get some info quickly through this book, right? It's called Fossilized Customs, The Pagan Origins of Popular Customs, 9th edition by Lou White, page 58, and these are some things that I highlighted. A lot of info is good, I just highlighted certain things. So 300 AD, baptism by immersion changed to effusion or sprinkle. 300 AD, prayers for the dead, right? 310 AD, making the sign of the cross, So all these things that these people are doing, you see them doing today, a lot of it goes back to tradition of men and not in the scriptures, right? 375, veneration of angels and dead saints, meaning like worshiping and honoring, which is against the scriptures again. But you see these men, especially Latin tribes, because why? You were colonized. Spain colonized a lot, man. It was the English the British that ultimately dominated, but Spain, man, they got majority of Caribbean islands, they got South America, majority of it, like 95%, because you had some French and Portuguese, Dutch, and whatever. But that's why they speak Spanish. That's why they're Roman Catholics. Our people are just completely brainwashed, man. Colonized. That's what colonialism does. They beat the fuck out of you. They enslave you. They rob you. They rape you, and then they give you their ideologies and religions and ideas. They force it upon you. And by the way, as you see the dates, Esau wasn't ruling. Who was this done by? Jake, man. Wicked Israelites. Right? See, it says 325, which that's the Council of Nicaea. An anathema or death decreed to anyone who adds or changes the creed of faith of Nicaea. Right? So you couldn't change any of the ideas expressed by these wicked Israelites, man. That shows you our people are wicked, man. That's why it says, behold, my people are rebellious, they revolted in God. And then it says in Jeremiah, also in another chapter, I think, it says, for among my people are found wicked men, man. They have surpassed the wickedness of the wicked, so to speak. 431 AD, Miriam, queen of heaven. 431 also, Miriam, ever virgin, meaning she was her virgin her whole life. 593 AD, doctrine of purgatory by Gregory, Pope Gregory, alright, which is madness. 709 AD, kissing the feet of Pope is ordered. You see that? That's just complete madness, man. Worshipping a man. Alright, that's worshipping a man. That's being a bondage into a man for you babies out there talking about, oh, you guys are in subjection to men and Great Millstone and all that foolishness. 788, Mariam worship. 788 as well, worship of cross relics and images reauthorized. 850, fabrication and use of holy water. Right? 995, canonization of dead saints. 1079, celibacy of priesthood or priestcraft declared, married priests ordered to cast off wives. See that? Hold on, but the Levitical priests, they had wives, and they dealt with the Most High. They did the tabernacles and all kinds of things like that. 1090, it says institution of rosary prayer beads or chaplet. See, so all these things you can see they're all falling into place, what times and how they fall into place. And the system that you have today is all built upon, all these things that you worship, Christmas, or holidays that you celebrate, Christmas, Easter, which the word holiday goes back to holy day in the etymology, but those are holy days. The Most High doesn't recognize those holy days: Easter, Christmas, Thanksgiving, Good Friday, all that madness. The fuck is the other one called? Black Monday or whatever, man. Ash Wednesday or all that shit. I went to Catholic school, man. That shit fucks your mind up. And so Barakata Yahweh Shai came out of that, man. But all these systems that you worship or the holidays that you think are biblical, man, they're just traditions of men, right? 12:15, confession of sins to priest ordered. And it tells you in the scriptures, confess your faults one before another. It says 1439, purgatory declared valid dogma. 1508, Mary, mother of God. Not the Lord Yahweh, but the Most High. 1580, Pope declared to be Lord God. See, kind of, and brothers catch on these dates. These dates are in the Renaissance. So Jake wasn't calling himself God. Who's calling himself God? Matter of fact, I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna get the scripture. Yeah, man, it's interesting to look upon these things and then see our people and you tell them these things, but their mind is seared with a hot iron, man. It's in the book of Obadiah. Trying to find it real quickly, Salakia. No, that's not the one. Might be Psalms. I can't find it right now, but Lord as well, I'll put it up in post-production. Can't remember off the top of my head, but yeah, man, it's interesting if you find all these things. I'm going to read this scripture though I have. It says right here, 1 Timothy 4:1. It says, now the Spirit speaketh expressly, that in the latter times some shall depart from the faith, giving heed to seducing spirits and doctrine of devils, speaking lies in hypocrisy, having their conscience seared with a hot iron. And only the Yahweh Bashem Yahushai can remove that. Forbidding to marry. So what did we read? We read that priests had to be celibate and commanding to abstain from meats, right? Because what did they say? Friday, you cannot eat meat, you can only eat fish, right? The Catholics push that, that's not in the scriptures, man. Go in the Bible and read it. It'll tell you that's not in the scriptures, which the Most High hath created to be received with thanksgiving of them which believe and know the truth. The Most High created it to be received, right? To eat. For every creature of the Most High is good, and nothing to be refused if it be received with thanksgiving. Now here come the Christians. Oh, that means pork. That means shrimp. All those abominations. No, man. It's talking about every creature that is lawful. You got to read in between the lines, man. But you got to read with a spiritual eye, because the law is still in effect in the New Testament. Right? For it is sanctified by the word of the Most High in prayer. I don't care how many times your rabbi makes pork kosher or prays over it, or your priest prays over some shrimp. That is an abomination. That is a detestable creature by nature. Alright? That was the point on that. So back to the book. There's some more madness here. 1854, Immaculate Conception of Virgin Mary. 1864, Miriam is sinless. 1922, Pope declared to be Jesus Christ. You see? kind of madness is that, man? And like I said, you brothers notice, man, all these things right here, all these dates, you know, that's when Jake was ruling Israelites, so-called black men. But here, when you go down here, this is the Renaissance, the rebirth. When Esau came up out of the caves, he took over the Roman Catholic Church, mainly through the Borgias, right? Through Italy, because they weren't just ruling Spain, they were ruling Italy, right? They were fighting the Moors in Spain. And then they came up, and then they're declaring themselves to be God and Jesus and all this madness. You know, so again, this is from the book. I want to say Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai, double honors unto the apostles of GMS, the rule, and salutations unto the elect. Shalom.